All right, let's talk comics. Hey, baby, I like it like that. I like it like that. Hello. Hello. Oh, my dog's gonna go crazy. No kids? What happened?
So when I got there, my contact taken to 7-Eleven. So I went to 7-Eleven to get some of my Slippies, drop the Slippies off, and he goes, I think I'm gonna stay. Sorry, Mama. I'm sorry, Mama.
It was all a ruse. Tricked again by the young ones. Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me this evening for yet again another exciting and thrilling episode of that which we call the Creators Table. So now, what I like to do on Jesus fucking Christ, what I like to do on this show is I like to have a little bit different show, So rather than just a straight up pitch show, I like to delve into the creative mind. What makes it tick? What gives someone that drive to create? And what I really find interesting is and I know this is going to sound weird, but the similarities, right? And there are a lot, but also the differences. The differences are fascinating. So, I've been pretty heavy into physics here lately, just really interested in the topic. And I've been watching a lot of interviews with Dr. Travis Taylor. I don't know if any of you are familiar with him. The first time I was made aware of him, I think it was like the Learning Channel or something like that, Discovery or something. He had a show called Rocket City Rednecks. And it was quite good. And but hey, enough of that baloney. All right. You know me. I am Chris Peel. I am the creator. I am the founder. I am the visionary of Bootlegger Comics. But this show is not about me. This show is about other creators. And no, you can't hear me? Oh, that's funny. Let's welcome to the stage Walter Geovani. Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Call me now.
I can't hear you.
Hello? Can anybody hear me? I have nobody watching, so I don't have the chat to tell me if they can hear me or not. All right. It says my mic's working. Let me open up a YouTube window. Oh, for God's sakes. Let's see. Where am I? Am I live? Did I go live? Where is my live? Let's view my channel. Bear with me here, Walter. Yeah, my audio is going over. I just tried it. Maybe let's anyway, so we seem to be having some technical difficulties. But of course, that's how we do. I'm going to send Walter here. Try disconnecting and reconnecting. I sent you an email. Can you hear me now? Do you hear me now? You do? Oh, wait, where did you go? Add to stage. There we go. You got me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, all right. Well, first, let me say welcome to the show. It's awesome to have you on here. Thanks for coming on. And I got to tell you, honestly, I don't know how, but I stumbled upon your X account, and holy crap, man, what fantastic art, dude. First off, I mean, Red Sonja, that whole genre, man, is one of my favorites. Of course, Conan, is one of my all-time favorites. I love Robert E. Howard, and she's in the same neighborhood. So, man, that artwork has just been fantastic that I've seen. So, again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for the compliment and for inviting me. I hope that my poor English is not a problem.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, let's have a nice
All
talk.
right. All right, there we go. Yeah, man, you sound good to me, dude. So I was saying earlier, this show's a little different than a lot of other, comic shows that are out there. This isn't really a straight up like pitch show. We do talk about projects, upcoming stuff like that. But really, I like to talk about the creative mind. I'm really fascinated by that. And, what drives you to create, what keeps you going, what started that, what I hate saying this because it's a line from Star Wars, the one of those bad Disney Star Wars movies. What was the spark that lit the desire to create in you? Did it start at a young age?
Yeah. I started at the age of 12 with drawing just for fun. But when I was 15, that where it all started.
Okay.
And well, are you going right now? Can I talk? Can I tell the whole story from now?
Yeah,
Are
absolutely.
you live? Okay, we're live. Yeah. Okay. So at the age of 15, 14, sorry. The thing is, I live in a very small town in Brazil, in a poor small town, and we're talking about the late 90s. We barely knew internet, and the idea of working drawing comic books was impossible.
Really?
No chance. But especially maybe because there wasn't internet, but because it was a small town. I heard about a guy that was drawing for American comic books, and that guy is Ed Benes. You might know him.
Uh-huh.
Ed Benes. I don't know how I pronounce it. Ed Benes. In English, I call him Ed Benes. He worked on the Birds of Prey, Justice League, a lot of.
Okay.
He's a famous artist. Maybe I'm not spelling his name right, and you don't remind me. But he did Birds of Prey. He did James 13. Okay. He did Justice League, Red Master, and a lot of. So this guy was professional, and we all he was like a urban legend, something like that, because it was hard for everybody to believe that somebody was actually drawing for American comic books. But we got to know some people that knew him. So, short story. There was a guy that was a friend of my brother, and say, okay, let's. I know where he lives, and I will take him. Take your drawings. I will take him to meet. I will take you to meet him.
Yeah.
And then we went to his house. He was very nice. He saw my drawings and he said, okay, you need to practice it. You need to get better, and I will help you with this. And actually, he was too. I mean, there's no words because I was going to his house anytime I want, and of course in the right time,
Yeah.
not in lunchtime, late at night,
Right.
things. But I couldn't, and there's only one rule. I had to take new drawings. I couldn't go there without taking new drawings. Okay, I showed him my drawings and say, okay, you need to practice this and that, do this, do that, and I went home. I'd go home and I would practice, and then I go back and show him to, and he analyzed. Okay, you're doing it right now. Or okay, you still need more press. But the thing is, I went to his home every week, and I was 14, and then I became his assistant. I was doing the squares, the panel borders, and I was doing some backgrounds. I was lighting box, some layouts, things like that, and I was working while I was practicing and learning with him. So that was when I actually started. At the age of 15, I had another job. So I spent like 1 year and a half without working. Because, I don't know in USA, but here in Brazil, today is different. But back then, having this guy being a professional for years, right? The time already, and people didn't believe that it still didn't believe that it was possible for anybody else to become an artist, you know. So that family pressure and that. But, well, so I went to this job, but it got the time that okay, I'm tired, can't do this anymore. I need to go back to drawing. I need to become a artist and the family. No, okay, but then I had to do. I could, I need to work hard and progress faster. And at the time we're talking about now the early 2000s. So we were already eBay, selling arts on eBay. Things that till now have arts for sale. So before I get into comics, I could make these arts, sell on eBay, make some money, and okay, the family was like, okay, the family. I talk about that. I talk about my brothers. I live with my brothers. So as the money was coming in, say, okay, this is happening. Also, and you can interrupt me anytime. Yeah, I talk a lot, but so it was on 2004 that I got my first gig at Avatar Press. It was a small company.
Yeah.
And from there, was doing these small gigs until I got some regular work in 2008. In the meantime, I had some opportunities, some chances that were really, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. Like at this work that was published by Marvel Comics at the time, because it was to promote a game, a video game,
Okay.
and I did a story. It was a 6-page comic that was free. It was for free.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
from the game at San Diego Comic Con 2006. I was invited to go help promote them, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I didn't get the visa.
Oh,
Uh,
have you ever been?
No, no. I was invited sometimes, a few times, 3 times, but I never could go because of personal issues. And
Oh,
I mean, I wasn't okay. But one day I go. One
hell
day I
yeah,
go.
man.
So yeah, from the 2004 until 2001 age, that was my first regular gig. I made some small projects. Oh, this Marvel project, I made a review, 6 pages. Then I made one. It was published, but I did all issue two, but the it was canceled because the game company broke.
Oh, wow.
So
Damn.
that then in 2008, that was when I got my regular gig, Red Sun.
Nice. So
If
what
you
that had to just be so exciting when you started to actually you were a comic book artist as your profession. Like that's got to be just such an incredible feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
So you say you started to drawing. I think you said it was like around a 12 or 13, somewhere around there. Um,
Yeah, comic books, right? That's it. But
okay.
I draw since I was 5.
Okay. So that started early then. That drive to draw. So was it just stuff you'd see? Was it just things that would pop into your head? Like how did that start out?
Yeah, it was cartoons. I
Okay.
was since I was young, I was addicted to cartoons.
Hmm.
Um, I spent a few years, let's say from 4, 5, because I lost my mother when I was 4,
Oh,
and then we moved to another city, and we went to I think you call country city, country. Is that this or rural area, right? Uh, so more like the camps in the forest, like village. I think yeah, villages is the
sure.
uh, that I have. So there was um, there was a house that I lived there. There wasn't even electricity.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, so but here and there we went to visit some family, somebody from the family or friends that had news here and there, and I was very much into cartoons. I loved it, and that's what I drew. One thing that was popular here too was Sat, Rangers.
Oh, okay.
Before Power Rangers was popular in the early 90s, that kind of stuff wasn't popular here. Um, uh, there was Kamen Rider, Changeman. The Changeman Flash Max was the ones that are like Power Rangers, but they came right from Japan to here,
Oh, okay.
and it was very popular. So I was drawing that. I was drawing cartoons, and I was drawing, uh,
Power Rangers.
uh, yeah, that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
But like I said, there it wasn't something that I did all the time.
Okay.
I only started drawing like at all the time when I to the series that I write out, and I started buying comic books. Not much because I didn't have money. I barely I could buy like 5 or 6 comic books a year.
Right.
But then I was drawing, and I was drawing stories. That's when I started.
That's really great, man. So, do you find that something in particular will inspire you, or is it just many different things? Is it would it be a movie maybe you watch, or a show, or a book you read, or an article, or maybe something just kind of manifests in your mind, and you think, oh, I've got to put that on paper.
Yeah, what I really like to do is to tell stories. It's my favorite part of the process is layout of page. To tell stories with image, it's more something I like to do. You know,
Yeah.
more than to the finish, more than to pin-ups, covers. I mean, I telling the stories is what I like, and it's funny because I think about that the other day. Because why? I don't read many books today. I barely read books. Uh, Nobody take that. Read books, people read books. But
Yeah.
the thing is, I was when I went to school. I was 7 years old. I went late to school, and that was crazy. I was asking my father to go to school because I really wanted to learn how to read. And when I learned how to read, I was reading a lot. I was reading everything I could. And I was thinking about what time I start to have more interest in images that tell stories than just reading. And I remember something that happened that blew my mind, something like that. Because in the mid 90s in Brazil, there was a time that they were playing on TV Charlie Chaplin movies,
Oh, okay.
and I was crazy about it. And because of that, I ended up watching the biography movie with that guy
Robert Downey
that
Jr.
makes yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one scene of that movie that I still remember today because there's the movies that there a woman is blind and she sells flowers, and then I don't know, the character is called USA. Here it's called Carlitos. I don't know. Well, Charlie. That's all.
Yeah.
Charlie. And she falls in love with him, and she thinks that he's rich. And in the movie, I don't know if the story is true, but uh, how Charlie Chaplin thought he would make a blind girl think that he's rich. And the visual solution he finds for that is that in front of the police, there's a car in front of this woman, and then he enters the car and he gets out of the sound that he ends up in front of her. So she thinks that he's rich because he gets out of the car. And that thing just until today it's stuck in my mind. It's the challenge of telling a story without words.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I think that I think that my passion for telling stories with images came from that. The other day, I was watching again one of his movies, and I thought, man, and sometimes there's this subtitle, there's some words, and I say, and I look at that, oh, why, why? There's still some words, some, man, I understand everything that's happening, so oh, the screen goes black, and I say, oh, good morning, something like that.
Yeah.
Just doesn't need that. There's a cartoon that's fantastic. That's amazing. That's Prime from Gandon Tarkovsky. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. I know what you mean.
Man, Prime is amazing. And
Yeah.
no disrespect to all the people who does the music or the sound effects, but I watched the entire season 1 with the sound off, and it's like it's more amazing than the sound. There's no nothing. Maybe some episodes on the fun. I watch without sound, and it's amazing.
Yeah, you're right about that show, man. Like, because it has like no dialogue. If I remember, like, there's absolutely no dialogue. I mean, there might be some grunting and growling and stuff like that, but that show doesn't have any dialogue. And I've not seen the whole show. I've seen several clips on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, and it does, like, every time I've seen it, it looks absolutely fantastic. And
Yeah.
I think I see every now and then I'll see a comic book where they'll have no dialogue, no words at all. It's all the art telling the story. And I love that when they can pull it off, because it's not easy to do. And when you can pull it off, it's really just a beautiful thing. So yeah, it really, but you really got to be able to have that ability to tell the story, just with images. And another thing that's always impressed me with comic artists is how they know to direct the reader's eye across the page. How they know, like, angles and stuff like that will pull the eye in a certain direction. And I mean, I just think that's absolutely amazing, to have that talent. I know I have no clue. I'm a writer. I don't I don't have to worry about that.
But it's like science.
Yeah.
You try. I mean, what people don't see the how many drawings we do to see it. Because sometimes an idea, an image is not normal. This is super cool. Then we draw on paper, and it sucks. So it's like you start drawing, and then you erase drawing until you get the right feeling.
Mhm.
It's more a science process than yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. So I've got a question for you, just as a writer myself. Um, I'm sure that in your experience, you've come across different types of writers, different ways that scripts have been presented. That's something I put some thought into as well. When I work with artists, I'm a big proponent of giving the artist a lot of freedom, to what I just refer to as work their magic, right? So the most important thing for me is, as long as the intent of what I'm writing is getting across, that's more important to me than, being strictly exactly what I have written as, like, the scene or how the panel should be laid out, for the very reason that I've always believed the artist has a much better idea how to direct the eye across the page, how to direct the reader's attention, than I do. And I accept that, So, but I know that there's artists who prefer to have a lot of direction. And there's some who I've worked with that, prefer to have just an idea of what the scene is supposed to be, and then they can just run with it and do their own thing. What do you find, is best for you and how you work? How do you like to work most?
Yeah, I liked that the writer. It doesn't matter if he's write just a single page or without panels and with the whole thing that happens on the page, or if it will divide in each panel. But the most important thing is to tell about more the story, the feeling of the story, or
Right.
he wants for the story. Then tell him, okay, he's saying, or he's doing detailed things because probably I will change, probably I will change, or it happens a lot. And because the thing is, we need to tell a story. So emotion is the emotion is more important than sometimes it's even more important than formation. So if you're gonna say if you're gonna detail what the character is doing or too much detail, sometimes like I said, uh, the like I said, it's a science. Okay, you're telling a story with image. It's a science. You try one thing, doesn't work. You think, it works, but it doesn't. It's like the theory. Okay, the theory sounds good, but in practice, okay, it doesn't work. You try, it doesn't work. So the same thing about writing script. I think that if you're writing script and imagining every detail of what's happening, uh, it's kind of waste of time because problem there are we change it because you ask for an angle, but some angle is better, a different angle. But going direct to the point, I prefer when the writer asks what he wants from that scene. Okay, I want a shocking scene of Superman flying over Metropolis. This is better than okay. Superman is one hand on the front, one hand, detail that doesn't make sense. So when the writer asks for the emotion, what he wants, okay, I want that this character. Let me see if I'm not in words. Yes. So I'm trying to explain, but like I want this character feeling this.
Yeah.
That's what I want the reader to feel this. You know, it's the most important thing. It's what the writer, for me, should focus. Because if you say, okay, this kind of emotion, I will, uh, I will know angle it's better to use.
Right.
Or maybe you ask for 4 panels on a page. I will make 7 because that's what the story is asking. It's not asking for 4 panels. It's asking for 7 panels because in the description, that's what I feel that this story. I'm not sure if I'm being clear, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I
No,
mean.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. You're kind of, we're kind of along the same wavelength. You know, it sounds like, um, it's again, it comes to that intent, you know, aside from whatever pose or whatever, it's what is the intent of this image? So what, like you said, emotion, what emotion does it evoke? What are you trying to get across here? And that is exactly what I think an artist is best suited to, you know, figure out than me. Now there may be some panels that I have because when I write, I see it all as a movie. It all plays like a movie in my head. And I may have, I refer to panels as scenes. I may have a certain scene where I'm pretty adamant about like, this is going to be powerful the way I see this, but I never close off, uh, you know, feedback. I will always be open to feedback. And I think that's very important for writers. Of course, I think, you know, look, everybody's different. Everybody's going to do things the way they see, you know, you've got writers who want to have it verbatim how they have it. You know, I mean, I guess you got to work that out. But I don't know. For me, I like a true collaborative process, and I think when you have that, you truly get both of you making art. And personally, my personal taste, I tend to gravitate more towards European comics because there is more emotion involved. It's not, whereas American comics, it's superheroes and stuff like that. I'm not really into the cape scene. That's not my jam. But it's all about action and bright colors and all this. For instance, I'm working on I hate to make this about me, but what can I say? I am my own favorite subject. I have a sci-fi story I'm writing, and there's no fighting. It's not aliens or anything like that. It's the emotional core. It's 4 chapters, and each chapter has its own emotional core. Chapter 1 is loneliness. Chapter 2 is wonder. Chapter 3 is mystery. Chapter 4 is joy and hope. And I think European comics kind of lean more in that direction than they do strictly, superheroes and action and adventure. And that's kind of what I've gravitated towards since I started making comics again. But
one thing that American comics are that I don't see, maybe because I don't watch many European comics. But the thing is the freedom we have to make the layout. So the layouts on every European comic I saw, it's just this square thing.
Right. Yeah.
So in American comics, you have those insets. You're right.
Yeah.
So
Very dynamic.
That. Yeah, and it's not only because of the dynamic. The thing is because you can use the layout to give emotion to even if it's not an action sequence. You can put some emotion just with the layouts, just changing the panel.
Sure.
Absolutely. And that's why I like more the American style doing comics.
No, I agree with that 100%. I'm all about breaking rules, especially when it comes to things like layouts, right? Like you were talking about how you're absolutely right. The European comics definitely have a much stricter layout as far as how many panels a page, how they want the panel shaped.
Yeah.
And then you see an American comic, like, I'm going to throw out Ethan Van Sciver for Cyberfrog. His panels are just very dynamic, no rules behind them. And it really looks beautiful. And it really, again, like you said, you're absolutely right. You can convey emotion with the way your panels are. You can, I saw one where it was like an explosion and the panel boundary was the explosion. Like, it was pretty wild.
Yeah. So,
Hey, what, do you have any projects coming up? Anything you're working on the horizon? What do you got cooking?
Yeah, well, right now I'm planning. I have a friend, Dave Ciron, and we are for about a year talking about the project. And I still didn't start. The script of each one is ready. We have the concepts, but the pages we still didn't have the time to start. But I'm crazy about it. And basically, it's something I really want to do for a long time. It's sci-fi stuff inspired by sci-fi anime from the 90s.
Okay.
Also American movies, sci-fi American movies from the 80s.
Oh, awesome.
So I hope
that's in my wheelhouse, man. That's when I grew up. So I'm right there. I'm ready for
it. Yeah. So I really hope to have time to start because I'm really excited about it.
Are you open for commissions right now, or are you tied up? Or
yeah. For commission, I've been doing a lot of commission because when I'm working on books, projects, I don't like to take commissions because I don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it just, just make it or just make money.
Yeah.
When I do the commission, I do my best. It's like I was doing a cover for any commission. So it takes time. Take time in commission. I like. I started doing last year. Started doing the sketch and keep on the sketch. But right now I'm doing first. Even if the client wants the inked piece, I do the pencils first, and then I do the inks. And sometimes it takes 1 day and a half on the pencil. Sometimes it takes 1 day. It depends on the complexity of
Sure.
the thing. And to ink it is the same amount of time. It's like in 1 day or 1 day and a half.
Okay. Say, do you mind if we take a look at your X account? I'd like to pull up some of your artwork you have on there.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, let's take a look, man, because this stuff is just absolutely gorgeous. Here we go.
Thank you.
Share. All right, there we are. Bam. Look at that. Is that coming up?
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
I like to
I gotta
do-
hand it to you, brother. You know how to draw abroad. Let me say, wowee. Just beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at the face here. Look how expressive that face is. That is just fantastic, man. I just
That's
love that.
I like to do this. Just I have a lot of fun doing that. Yeah, this is relaxing because I don't think much about composition and all the techniques of kung fu or something. So I just draw and go with the flow.
Right.
So that's when
Is
that
this,
was
is this Tila from He-Man?
no, it's just a character created.
Oh, wow. Okay. I
Yeah,
love that. I love the background. Look at the background there, man. Golly.
it's just for me to relax. I don't design the thing before I do the piece. I'm gonna do the design while drawing. That's how it ends.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go. Look at that.
That's some ballpoint pens, sketches.
Ballpoint.
No, that's Shira.
Yes. And then, of course, there's our girl, Red Sonja. That's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Beautiful work, man. Just again, look. I gotta click on this. Look at this. Look at the emotion here. Like, so expressive. Little subtle facial, angles and stuff. Like it just. Man, I wish I had that talent, dude. I just don't. I just don't have it. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's look at this guy. Oh, yeah.
That one was fun.
X-Men and the Sentries.
Yeah.
Freaking cool, man. Now, was this a commission or was this just something you did?
Yeah. It's a commission. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Red Sonja. We didn't talk yet about Red Sonja. That's from 2009. The mode pages.
Look at that, man. Golly, that's fantastic. All the structure and the buildings and everything, it's just so good, man. I'm just going to sit here and just goo all over this. Your work, it's so freaking good. Look at that. Very clean lines, man. Just very clean lines. Very, very nice. Do you have something that you like drawing more than others, or do you just like putting it all down?
I didn't work with many writers, but I had the look to work with writers for a long time. I worked with Brian Reed. I never talked to him. I don't know why, but Brian Reed for 50 issues in Red Sun. I worked with Eric Trotman for more than 10 issues. I worked with Gay Simon for 18 issues. I worked with Turum Grumbeck, my last run on Red Sonja for 18 issues. I had able I had the luck to work with many writers, and when a writer asks me what you want to draw, that's the hardest hardest question to answer for me because I draw Barbie if I was hired to because is what I said earlier. It's to tell stories with image.
Yeah.
If you hire me, if you want me to draw Barbie, it's a comic book I will draw because I like, and it doesn't matter if it's action scenes. I think that my style is more like for action books, but I love to draw in kind of stories.
You can see it,
If
man. You can see the, I hate to sound cheesy here, but you can see the love in the art. I mean, it's just great.
yeah, these are uh, old pages. They like 2009, 2010. I changed a bit of style during time and getting back to that style, it gets cooler. So this page was from a time that I think I had social medias, but I didn't share much of this page. So okay, let's show people. Maybe people only saw the colored versions,
Look
so
at
I want
that
to share
page.
the text.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that word was bad. I was looking the other day before. That's not that bad. So
Hell no.
I'm gonna post it.
No, it's not bad. What are you saying? Oh man. Oh yes, I remember seeing this post.
Yeah,
God, I can't. How long did this take? Do you
I have
remember?
no idea. I have no idea. Maybe 3 days. I think. That's from the time I was looking from Sunday to Sunday, from early in the morning until late at night. I was younger, but I mean, today I can do it if I do it digitally. But at the time I was doing it only pencil. But let's say 3 days.
I believe it, man. All that detail in the background is just wild. Look at that. My goodness, man.
Yeah, that's some new piece. I did it last year. It's up for sale.
They're up for sale if you want them. That's my Obi-Wan Kenobi impersonation. I'm a big Star Wars nerd.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that I never watched
You never what?
I never watched a Star Wars movie.
Oh well, we've come to the end of the show. Wow, that's hard to find these days as somebody who hasn't seen it.
Yeah, yeah. I have nothing to say. I just don't have no.
Oh man, I love the eye. I just noticed this. The eye chopped off and
Yeah,
floating through the air. Oh, and the fingers. I love that.
yeah. I like to draw. I'm known for drawing red sun. I think that the best sales are red sun. I mean, I did a lot of fiction.
And let's get us back on here. Here we go. There we are.
Yeah,
Wow, man, I got it. I could just sit there and geesh about your art all night. Uh, you're incredibly talented, man. I
thank you.
I hope I can get you to do a bootlegger piece sometime in the future. But my goodness, man, just great work.
Yeah.
Um, where can people find you online?
Well, they can find me on Instagram or and on X. Right. I had I did it the first account. Then I did it the second. Sometimes I get tired. I move it. I'm back to X to stay. Walter Geovani on Instagram, Walter Geovani on Facebook, and
Awesome.
that's and I'm also on Skype. So that's the four social media I use, and I keep posting my there.
Well, I certainly hope you keep posting,
Yeah.
keep creating. As we wrap it up here, you got anything else to you want to leave the audience with?
Just follow me, check out my work if you like, and posting hours there that are for sale or for fun. Also, you can check out my Patreon.
Okay,
It's
Patreon.
for
All right.
free. It's for free, and then you can. There's an option to donate $1 per month if you want to. If you don't want, you can follow me for free. There, I post on personal stuff. You want to see fancy stuff there? I mean, it's for free, right? But I wanted a place to post some personal stuff and check out my Red Sony stuff. I'm sharing. We
Absolutely.
barely talked about Red Sony. Yeah, that's my main.
Well, we
And that's it.
we talked about the creative, right? And
Yeah, and
the
usually
great,
when I start, it's more about Red Sony and not about the creative part. And that's because many people don't understand that what an artist does, and then talk about the creative part, things like that. And I think that's really cool that you're doing that.
honestly, I just find it interesting. I was saying earlier, like I've been, following. I enjoy physics a lot. Like quantum physics and stuff like that. I read about it. I watch interviews, and I'm reading about this one guy who he's got multiple degrees, and he's the real life Buckaroo Banzai. Like he's a martial artist. He's a scientist, and he's a rocket scientist. He's an author. Does all this stuff, and I'm thinking, well, what is so different between that guy who has accomplished all of these things and me? I'm struggling to get a comic book off the ground. But so it's that there's something in there in the mind, some wiring or whatever, and I find it very fascinating. And I'm really fascinated by what drives people to create. And I've heard a lot of similar stories. I've heard a few dissimilar. And I don't know, I just find it all very interesting. And it's also a way for the audience to get to know you, because that's such a very important thing now, where with social media being so much a part of comics, crowdfunding, all that kind of stuff. People want to feel like they know you, and this is a great way to do that, I think. But Walt, we're at the 1 hour mark, so that's going to be the show for tonight. I do appreciate you coming on, sharing your story, sharing your creative process, looking at your artwork. Again, I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. Beautiful, beautiful work. I am a fan.
Thank you, man.
Please do go on to X and follow him. You could look up Walter Geovani. His @ is WG Pencil. He's also on Instagram. He's got a Patreon. So please follow him, support him, and we need more comics by this gentleman. And that's
I'm available. If you want to hire me, I'm here. That's all.
There you go, folks. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I've got a special episode tomorrow night with, don't get old, people. The brain starts to go. I should have been better prepared. My guest tomorrow is Keith Morange, or Morang, or Morange. I don't know, but he's got a great book out, Kickstarter book. Or it's on Fun My Comic, called Skylights. It looks fantastic. So join us tomorrow night at 8 with him. Again, Walter, thank you so much for coming on here. It's been a treat to talk to you and look over your art and all that. And I will see you folks tomorrow, and enjoy your weekend.